Watch the ride.
Hey everybody, hope you're all doing alright out there. So, about 3 or so weeks ago I put this video up and there was a road rage incident in it, and I didn't give too much opinion on it because I wanted to put it out there for people to comment on it and see what they think, because I have a slightly different look on this than some, and actually some people have agreed with me on the way we've looked at it. I had a non-fault accident many years ago now, and even though it was completely not my fault, there were still things I could have done, and I've adjusted my riding for that now. So let's just get into this. So I'm at the top of this hill, just had a nice ride in the country lanes. Silver car here, car pulls in. Now keep an eye on up the road, there's a black Audi coming now. Keep an eye on it, keep an eye on it. Also keep an eye on the car pulling across now, and there's our scenario. Get the, oh, for Christ's sake. And Audi man gives us some of his opinion. Okay, so now we're at quarter speed. I'm going to explain everything. Okay, so we've got the silver car here that I don't want to go on the inside of because they're indicating left. This car pulls across here. I don't have a huge amount of space, so I kind of get as close in as I can so he can get in, so this one can get out. I'm currently not putting my feet down, hence me balancing around like this. At this point, you'll notice this chap's face lighten up because he's noticed my DRZ has got its cow print on it, and he loves it. Look at him. He loves it. He absolutely loves it. Look at that grin. So we're having a little moment here. Okay, so Audi's coming along. Starts braking about now. Maybe a little bit before he really got on it. And this person's pulled across in front of him. Now, we're in a situation where there is more than enough room for this car to exist here and this car to exist here. So there isn't an issue with there not being enough room for him to pull in. The issue was at this moment right now, when they're already just there, they decide to slowly pull across. And had they not broke hard, they would have got very close to hitting them, if not hit them. And you'll note at this point, this is such a great thing. So the Audi driver stopped in this 40-mile-an-hour main road to tell him what he thinks of him. And the old guy in the car is like, huh? And just like shakes his head at him like, I don't know what's up with him. What's your problem? See? Shaking of the head. Sorry, that noise must be very annoying. Let's get to the comments. Okay, so this is sorted by what comments have the most likes. Oldtimer shouldn't have turned. Bald Hardman shouldn't have come out of the car. Expect people to pull out. Don't be a prick about it. Just be vigilant is enough. I like that that's the top comment. The car turning in should have waited. Road Rager should have just dealt with it and not got out to prove how hard he was. Old Geezer didn't realise until it was late the junction was blocked. Bald Geezer needs to wind his neck in instead of trying to look hard. It wasn't blocked. There was enough room for that guy to get in there. There was easily enough room for his car to get in there. But it's not the point. He shouldn't have gone at that point. Obviously, the car turned in, pulled right in front of the straight-on vehicle and could have caused a serious accident. Stopping, getting out to shout about it was also dangerous and doesn't help, but I imagine his adrenaline was through the roof at that point. If you find you can't control your actions while driving because of anger, maybe shouldn't be driving. I understand it, I ride a bike, but I literally, people watch videos of mine where I just let things go and they're like, I don't understand how you remain so calm. And I'm like, well, probably because I've been doing this for 16 odd years and I'm used to it by now. And if I got mad every time someone did something dumb, I would never get where I need to be and I would have a horrible day every day. I have to read this comment. Spicy, you need to know that for years now I've been watching and I honestly don't know what I'd do without your vids. They have influenced my riding career and even gave me motivation to work in the industry as a mechanic for over a year now. Keep on being you and keep the shiny side up, you crazy nutter. Honestly, I can't tell you how much I love comments like that. That is worth 10,000 crappy comments. Old dude in the Citroen very nearly caused a massive crash. The Audi driver was hard on the brakes. He was hard on the brakes. An angry, aggressive Audi driver? Who would have thought it? Okay, so now we can look at the short version. And as you can see, it starts in the same place. It gives all the same context information. Comments are slightly different, though. The car that pulled across the path of the cheery guy who wanted to stretch his legs and his mouth. Oh, 10 out of 10. Why was the car stopped to your right? How much room could he need to get past you? Perfect example of not seeing 3 seconds before to let you know that this curb comes right across like this. It's very narrow. He couldn't get round me. I couldn't quite get out of the way because to get out of the way, I had to go on the inside of a car turning left. This car should actually be positioned more around this way, but it's a tricky corner. So I just kept back and this guy waited. We were just we were vibing about the cow print on the bike. It's clear who's at fault, but that's a stereotype Audi driver who loves the opportunity to get angry. The same driver will pull across a biker's path, you can bet that. Just a normal down British roads. That was really dangerous, pulling across oncoming traffic, and just to reinforce the point, I'll stop in a live lane, blocking visibility at the junction, and then I'll get out of my car, shout at you, just to make sure you know that you were the most dangerous person on the road there. Audi drivers will make dramas out of crises at every opportunity. Where's the road rage then? Look more like a mild disagreement to me. Okay, I'm sorry. Do we have to actually be stabbing each other now for it to class as road rage? Is that where we've got to? Obviously, it's your fault because you're on a motorbike and recording people in public. So I think we've seen that generally people are saying that the car shouldn't have pulled across and that the Audi driver shouldn't have got out of his car and got so angry. And I agree with both those statements. As for the guy that said, you know, how much room did the guy need? More than that, mate. More than that. So as you can see, I'm trying to get as out the way as I can. Unfortunately, there just isn't enough room for both of us. And I can't go on the inside of this car because it's turning left. But look at the face on that dude. I love it. I love it when you have little moments like this with people. He's just like, yes, it's like a little cow. See, we ain't got no problems. We're doing good. Right, okay, so Aldi is coming down the road at a decent lick. I'm not going to say he's doing more than 40. This is a 40 road, so he's perfectly within his rights to do that. This car, oh, blimey, stop that, can clearly see that he's coming. Clearly. And he can also see how close he is. Yeah, it's at this moment when he is, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white lines worth of distance away. At full speed, he starts to slowly pull across. Now, if we watch the Audi, I don't see any actual real braking until about here, I think it is. Yeah. But he gets it stopped. This red car has made a very smart move, and it looks like they've moved over to the left a little bit to give this person a route through. But they didn't need it because, oh, God damn you. So fair play for the Audi. He hasn't hit the car pulling across. The guy, this old guy, seems to be entirely oblivious as to what has just happened. Because he's just sort of looking ahead here, like, why is there a blockage? And I'm like, well, I'm trying to move, but I can't go too far left because I can't go on the inside again of this silver car. Because the corner of that car will take my front wheel out. The rear corner as it pivots around, if I'm not careful. So now we've got a live road. The silver car's still blocked. I can't move, which means the car behind me can't move, which means this person can't move, this person can't move, and the entire road is now locked down because he needs to call him a dickhead and tell him to use his eyes. He, as we've seen, oh, for Christ's sake, look at his face. He's like, huh? What? Idiot. Idiot. No, you're the idiot, mate. You've just pulled across a car that was clearly in front of you. You are the problem here. However, this is too much. There's no point in it. I get it. But there is no point in it. He's not learned anything from this. At all. Because he doesn't know what he's done wrong. And this is why, like, smashing people's wing mirrors off when you're riding a bike doesn't work. It just adds to the negative reputation of bikers because they're like, some biker just smashed my wing mirror off for no reason because they had no idea they pulled out and you 2 corners back. There is one thing that I learned when I got pulled out on by a car and I hit the car. At this moment, right now, at this moment in time, this driver, if you can imagine from their view what they're seeing a black car to their right. They can see a car stationary here, a car stationary here, and they are coming barreling towards it. So in my crash, when I was pulled out on, my mistake, even though it was completely non-fault because the car just pulled straight across me, very similar to this in fact, it's the same scenario. I would have been the Audi coming along here, he pulled across just as I got to him, and I tried to avoid him by going to the rear of the car, but he stopped, so I hit the rear of his car. If he kept going, I might have just got round him. And I got messed up. But the point is, I learned from that crash. If this had been a contact crash, the insurance company would have zero questions that this is the person at fault, 100%. But there's this one word which will avoid you from getting in these situations so closely, so much that it will make you this angry, and it reduces risk, and you just won't have them so often. It's called anticipation. This Audi is driving towards a stationary car that he knows wants to turn right. He's driving towards a stationary car that he knows wants to turn left, assuming he's noticed which direction the wheels are facing. He doesn't know what it's indicating because he can't see this indicator. And had this person wanted to turn right and wasn't indicating at all, it looks exactly the same as someone indicating left. That's a thing of why I hate people who don't indicate. He could have, and he doesn't need to do this, but I advise you, especially if you're on a motorcycle, this is what you should do. Let off the throttle. Just anticipate the idea that someone could pull across in front of you, because then you would have slowed and slowed. This person would have made the move, by which point you could have continued your slowing without any aggressive braking. And you can do the same thing and go, you're an absolute dickhead, but do it from in your car. Just, yeah, you're a stupid old driver, blah, 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 say whatever you want. But if you've done this, you won't have got as near to having a crash. You won't have got so angry about it unless you're just driving around expecting everyone to just move out of your way because you have right of way. Well, I have a saying which is, and this is for motorcyclists, being right and dead is still a bad thing. I also put it as being right and under a truck is still a bad thing. So that's kind of the point I wanted to make here. Yes, this car is legally wrong. This car, forgetting the getting out of the car, could have done a little bit more to anticipate, but that's just like a tip. Like, it probably would be better if you do that because people are idiots. Not because you should, because they've got right of way or something. It's because it's just a bit safer to do that for your own benefit. I mean, this person had someone else in the car with him, so maybe you think of your passenger. Maybe they, you know, even if it's their fault, being hurt is still a bad thing. So maybe just hang back a little bit. But again, I'm not saying that he's in any way to blame, because he isn't. It's this guy. It's just, there is things you can do. Now, stopping and getting out of the car, there's no need. What's the benefit? I know you're mad, but like, control your emotions. I mean, you look like you're about 40 something. Get control of them. This is the thing that people don't get when it comes to motorcyclists. Cars will drive cars. Cars will drive cars. Drivers will drive cars at bikes and use them as a way to intimidate riders. That is a very direct risk of our life. Two people in boxes with airbags and stuff threatening each other with cars is not in any way really, other than if it's like great speed, it's not really a great death or great injury risk. It's just not the way it works. So, if as bikers we can be calm, even though you're actually risking our lives a lot more, and you're ignoring the road rules of the code of vulnerability, which is we are more vulnerable than a car, so a car can't drive at a bike. Part of the thing where I recently been talking about filtering, people don't like this if I say, well, no, the thing is, you can't drive a car at a biker because they're a vulnerable road user, and getting that close to them could be actually breaking the law by itself. But then you'd say, well, you put yourself there because you're filtering, and there is part of that which is there, but then you can't, when I have a legal right to filter, you can't then drive at me because you're angry about it. This is the point. There shouldn't be emotion in driving. And that's where, like, self-driving cars might actually be a really good thing, because they won't have the human emotions. I mean, apart from the fact that we can also pull away from lights quicker. I'm getting on a side tangent here. Yeah, that was my point with this, is that, yes, they're completely at fault. And I think most people got this on the head, which is, yes, he is at fault, but there is things this guy could have done and could have not done that would have been better. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, and if you'd like to support this channel, please consider doing that through YouTube, memberships, or Patreon, like the people going up the screen right now.